So hello Tommy, how are you?
I'm fine. Just fine, I guess.
That's great. Do you mind if I record this session?
Yeah, sure, you can record that.
Okay, so I've looked into your file and it seems like you are having some issues regarding a session of the executive committee, right?
Yeah,
So-
that's true.
Where do you want to start today?
Um, Currently, actually, I'm thinking whether I should quit the executive committee or not, because I feel very frustrated and discouraged by the other members, and yeah, I'm thinking about that.
Okay, so you are frustrated?
Yeah, that is because the colleagues that I'm working with is actually the type of people that they need a very clear instruction. I mean, somehow they need to be spoon feed before they can work on something else. And as the chairman of the orchestra, I really expect that I can give them the general direction, and then they can start working on it right away, like without any further instruction, so that they can so that I'm not like a control freak. I'm not trying to control everything of the operation of the orchestra. But turns out that they need my guidance very much. Otherwise, they will not be able to finish the thing. Um, One very typical example is that a few months ago is the registration date of the University of Hong Kong, and as the orchestra of HKU, we have to take part. We have to set up a store in the registration day, so that we can recruit new members in order to achieve some sustainable development of the orchestra, because the old members, the graduated members, need to be replaced. And I just discovered that they can't work properly because the whole thing is like this. The timeline starts after my examination. I got an offer
Oh,
from
okay.
from a capital management firm working as an internship. So I grabbed that chance. I work after my examination, and so I decided to pass the event to the PIC. I mean, like totally pass to them, because normally is how things work. PIC, person in charge, should be responsible for the event, and they should be the one who work on it. And then I'm like providing some general guidance, general instructions to make sure that the things are not off track. But then I worked for like months and a few weeks more until it's 2 weeks before the 2 weeks before the registration date. I asked them how does the thing goes, and I would like to check the process of the preparation. And I discovered that they can't even finish the very basic things that I would like to see, including the as you may know, registration day is very cloudy, and many people will pass by. And it is very normal that they have standard procedures to deal with the registration. If members, if new members, new players would like to apply to become a musician of our orchestra, what should they do? What kind of receipt they should give out? And those are really basic stuff that every every society have to do, but they can't even do that. And I'm so shocked when I find out that they don't even have the standard procedures, the and the basic decorations of the booth. They just haven't finished it yet, and I'm so disappointed because I've gave them general guidance and gave them the direction at the beginning of the summer vacation, and I expect them to work on it bit by bit, day by day, so that we can have the things ready when the registration day really happen. But then finds out that the last 2 weeks, I mean the two weeks before the registration day, every day after I dismiss from work, I have to go back to HKU and help them to do the things or even do the things for them that they should have already finished
I see.
like weeks ago.
I see. So, tell me if I'm correct. Your frustrations comes from the numerous work they have to do within the session and members' inability to complete basic tasks and your miserable internship working, right? Am I correct?
That's true because the daily routine of my internship is like getting up at 8, getting up at 7, and I have to travel to the company using like an hour or sometimes even more than that. Start working at 9, and then originally I should dismiss at 6, but usually, like most of the time, I can only go after 7. So after like 10 hours of work, after 10 hours of work already, I still have to make my way back to HKU so that I can help them to work on the things, work on their things, their tasks, and their job.
Okay.
So that's why I'm so frustrated and so pressurized.
So it seems like in your session, you are taking the role of a leadership, right? You guide your members to do some tasks, you teach them some ability to complete specific tasks, right? So as a leader, did you find anything meaningful in your section? Do you find something that you enjoy?
Something that meaningful and I enjoyed. I think so. If you
Great.
ask me, I would say it's the friends that I made.
Oh, okay.
Although sometimes some of them really can't carry out their job properly, and I don't know why. But it doesn't affect the nature that we are good friends. They are hilarious. They can make me laugh. We walk our way through the hardship, and we achieve things bit by bit. So that's something memorable. Yeah, and despite the fact that sometimes they cannot finish the work.
Can you give me a specific example or memories that you have with your friends that you feel happy about?
Specific example, I would say is the concert that happened like a few weeks ago. We start on the preparation of the concert right after the registration day, and I was still mad at them. But I somehow managed to control myself to keep the things going. Like at least we are in progress, so that we are not being like deadline fighter for preparing concert. And bit by bit, day by day, we prepare for our concert. And after the concert, we found that it's actually quite successful in terms of the audience that came to our concert, the musical standard that we offer to our audience, and the feedback from the audience are quite positive. And we found that indeed very satisfying for us. And I will regard as a sense of achievement that achieved by all of us through our hard work.
Oh, that's great. It's wonderful to see that you find something positive in your session. It's good to see that you feel a sense of achievement in there. So, as you mentioned before, you want to withdraw from your session, right? So how would you think your withdrawal will affect your friend? Is there any gains and benefit that you can get from the withdrawal?
So, you're asking me about how would my friends be affected?
Yes.
How would they be affected? So, as I mentioned just now, they are those kind of people who need a very clear instruction. And if you ask me, I would say quite a number of them are very indecisive.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot take the call. They cannot make a decision on their own. And if I quit, I guess they will have difficulty in finishing the remaining tasks and the events. And they need someone to push them so that they would work. So I guess not only my friends and those executive committee will be affected, the operation of the orchestra will be affected as well, as they may encounter some dysfunctional of the executive committee if I quit, because I am the one who make things clear, tell them what to do. I do the division of labor for them. I told them which part they have to work on so that the things can be more effective and more efficient. So that will be the major problem if I quit, I guess.
So what are some benefits that you can gain?
For me, if I quit, of course, I will have a lot more time to work on my own stuff. I can concentrate on my study, so that I can get a high GPA, probably, I guess. And I will be more like stress-free, because currently I'm very stressful because of them, because I have to look after their work and then to make sure that things is going well. Because I know that if I make a mistake, it is very likely that they're gonna make a mistake because I didn't notice that. So I always ask for the high standard of myself in order to keep things moving. So if I quit, it will be the largest benefit. I will be stress-free. But what harm will do is that I have been leading the orchestra for like more than 10 months. If I quit now, it is like I'm weak, I'm a coward, and I failed to finish my commitment that I promised when I applied for the post of chairperson. So another thing is that I will lose my recognition, because if I finish my a year-long service to the orchestra, I will be able to get a certificate. But then now, it seems like if I quit earlier than that, I will lose my proof of contribution to the orchestra. So that's not something that I would like to see.
So how would you put weightings on those gains and benefits? Which ones are the most meaningful to you?
I guess I would like to remain in the situation that I am now. I think I may not be quitting, to be honest, because I have been working for it, for my goal, for more than 10 months. actually it's a bit unwise for me if I quit now. So I better keep going, and I think I will finish my year-long service.
So great, that's great. I believe the sessions have got you to understand more about yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
It guides you to explore what you want to do and your goals. So it's good to find that. So thank you for coming, Tommy.
Yeah, thank you very much for guiding me through my
Yes.
decision-making process. Thank you very much.